Garahan here. In this demo, I'm going to show you how to switch between different views. In a lot of your projects, you're going to have more than one view, so you need to know how to switch between them. And in this tutorial, I'll just show you the basic way to do it. There's a lot of ways to switch views, but this is kind of the fundamental way, by adding it to another view and then removing it from that view. So let's start with a view-based application. Go ahead and choose that. I'm going to call it Switching Views. All right. Now, like all view-based applications or view-based templates, they've given us a view controller and an app delegate. But we need to add another view controller. So let's click on Classes, Add, New File, and we're going to add a UI View Controller subclass, and we want to include an XIB file. And I'm going to call it second. We'll just call it second. No, we'll call it second view controller. All right, finished. Okay. Now let's write a bit of code, and then we're going to start writing code in the switching view controller.h. Delete these comments. All right. We want to add an IB action. We'll call it switch view. This function is going to be used for, it's going to tell our app to switch to a new view. Copy that and jump to the .m file, also known as the implementation file. Just going to delete some of this stuff. And now we want to paste our switch views. Okay, so now we have a function, we have the implementation of that function. Now we're going to make an instance of the second view controller. So in order to do that, we need to import that class. So do import second view controller.h, and now we've imported that. And now that it's imported, we can make an instance of it. So to do that, let's make a new instance, second view controller. We're going to call it my view controller. And now we need to instantiate it. So 2 square brackets, zoom, and second view controller, and then alloc. So we're allocating memory for that. And now we're going to init. By pressing escape, I'm going to do init with nib name. And the nib name for this is @ and second view controller. And the bundle, the bundle is nil, square bracket. Now, the init with nib name, so what it's doing, it's making an instance of second view controller, and it's going to initiate it with this interface file, second view controller.xib. That's what init with nib name means. They're not called, now they're XIB files instead of nibs. Now that we've created an instance, we need to add it to the view. So let's do self view, add subview, and we're going to add my view controller. And there we go. That's all you need. Now we should be adding it. Now let's go to Interface Builder and do a little wiring. We need to go to our resource folder. Let's start by switching view controller. Open that up. All these windows. And let's give our view background color. Give mine blue. And we want to drag a rounded rectangle onto the screen. And I'm going to give this the label Switch Views. When we click this button, we want it to switch to another view. Now we need to wire it up. So in Files Owner, right click, and we should have the received action switches view. So drag that onto the Switch View button. and we want to do touch up inside. It's kind of our de facto button click that we want. Save and quit interface builder. Now go to Xcode. At this point, if we test, we should see the blue view pop up first. Oh no, what is this? Oh, I tried to add the subview my view controller. Remember, the view controller itself is not a view. We have to reference the view by doing dot view. Okay, now build and run. And when I click this, it should turn white. And it didn't, it crashed. Why did it crash? We did switch view, second view controller. Did I spell something wrong? Second view controller. Yeah, I spelled this wrong because it was looking for a nib file that was not there. So let's build and run again, and when I click, it should turn white. Okay, turn white. That means it switched to this, the second view controller. So now we have to write code to switch back. Let's start in the second view controller.h, and we need to write another button action. I'm sorry, right before end, IB action, and we'll say back. This is going to go back, or it's going to remove the view that we've set on the page. Okay, that's our action. Copy that, and then go to the M file. Comments. And then paste it under implementation. Add the curly brackets. And then here, we want to tell it to remove itself. We want to do self.view remove from subview or superview. What that's telling this is like, so this object is self, and the view is what's on the stage, and we want to remove the view from the super view. So what's a super view? The super view is the thing it's loaded into. So if you think of a view as a container, if you load it into a container, as we did here in the switching views, here we're adding our view controller into the first view. Then on the second view, we want to remove it from that view. But we're telling it like, we want to tell it to remove it from the container. And this super view function points to the container that it's in. Now, last, we need to make the actual button. So go to second view controller XIB. And this is our view. It's white. Let's go ahead and change the color so it's really easy for us to know what's going on. Change to orange. And I'm going to drag a button. I'm going to say go back. Whoop. And then files owner, right click on files owner. We should have the back function. There it is, received actions back. So I'm going to drag it to go back. And then we're going to use touch up inside because that's our favorite. And save, escape, or exit interface builder. And now let's build and run. We should have an application that switches between two different views. So this is our first view. I'm going to click. Great, it switched to that view. So this is the second view controller. Now when we click on go back, we should go back, and it did. So there it is, folks. In the second part of this demo, I'll show you how to add a transition on that. And if you're having trouble, if you're getting a lot of errors, just download the source. I have the link on the YouTube video, and it's on the webpage. All right, great.